And a three. Hello, hello, hello. This is the Black Wellness Exchange, and I'm Simone, and this is
Brian,
Brian, and we're here to talk to you about
some motivation
some
and some
motivation
discipline.
and some discipline. All right, motivation and discipline.
Yeah. So motivation to me means nothing. It's not going to get you through anything and it fades away. Discipline is way better to have because you're going to do it regardless of how you feel.
Okay.
Once you feel like you don't want to do something with motivation, there go your motivation out the window. So I don't live my life by motivation. It's just discipline. And one of my goals this year was to be more consistent with working out. So I only missed 2 days this year so far. And those 2 days, no excuses. I was traveling on a road trip to Texas. But there was days I didn't feel like working out. But my best workouts come from when I don't feel like working out. When I don't feel like running, those are usually my best runs. Or when I just want to stay in bed and don't go to the gym, those be my best workouts. So for me, I just don't believe in motivation. Just get up, do it, get started, and do it on a good day, do it on a bad day.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not something I rely on, just discipline.
So, motivation, from my understanding, motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. Right? That's my understanding of it. Um,
You could put it that way, but you might not feel motivated to start. And you just have to do it whether you feel like it or not. It's like most of running is mental. You can just, I tell my body I'm not tired and we're just gonna run and that's it, no matter what the weather is.
okay.
So my next question is, do I believe action creates motivation or motivation creates action? And I think action creates motivation. Seeing that you're finally getting started on a project or working out or savings and seeing results. And that can create that discipline to keep moving.
Okay. So, seeing results is what I heard you say creates the discipline. That's what.
100%.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, I don't always start with the results in mind. I believe in just staying true to the process and let the results take care of itself. When I started working out in Korea, I wasn't thinking about results. I just was like, hey, I'm getting in the gym. I want to get bigger. And that was my goal. And then I took a before and after picture a year later
Mm-hmm.
and seen the results. And I'm like, okay, that's going to give me discipline to keep my discipline to keep going to the gym because I'm going to get those results.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Then my next question is, what do I do when I don't feel like showing up? Easy answer. I just show up. As simple as that. I'm not going to always feel like being a nice person. I'm not going to feel like always doing the speed limit or associating with people. I just know that I have to do it. It has to get done.
But what about if you don't want to do it? And it still has to get done. What do you do?
Think about the end in mind. I usually plan from the end to the present day.
Okay. You
So
do
one
that
of
with everything?
everything. So I think about my death, and I think if when I get to the point where I'm about to die, can I look back at my life and say I'm happy with who I became and opportunities that I took,
Mm-hmm.
or would I be thinking about all the time I wasted and procrastinated and didn't chase my dream? So that's one of the things that keeps me going is, do I want to take a year or two off? Because it's going to be opportunity where I don't get to do what I get to do now.
Okay. Which is what? What do you do now?
Chase my dreams, live the lifestyle I want.
What is that? What does that look like? What does it include? Chase your dreams. What?
I want to become super wealthy and take care of my family. And we don't have to show up to no appointments if we don't want to. We can have complete freedom and own our 24 and, have no limitations. Just my dream.
Okay.
A little bit of it. So,
Okay.
and to be healthy. Like when I get 80, I want to be able to do for myself and physically still go on hikes, still work out. So I don't want to miss out on these times now when I'm young and then get older and then start working out. But if I maintain my discipline now, my transaction will be a lot easier. So yeah, I always think about the end in mind. It's like, for investing, there's stuff I'm putting off now so that my end will be better.
Like what?
I can get a new truck right now, but it's like, do I really need that right now? I could put money into my properties or put money into investing or trading instead of saving. So thinking about the end in mind, the more money I put in there now and make the sacrifices, then later on down the road, I can reap those benefits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I keep the end in mind and go from there. You already asked me this. What's one goal I'm chasing right now? Just to be healthy and wealthy and live a life of abundance, good relationships, work on my mental, and all that is just from discipline. If you want it, you got to discipline yourself every day to do those things, to work out. You want to work on your intellect. I just started a new book. It's called, what's that book called? Let me look it up. I think it's Burn the Boats. Yep, just started a new book. It's called Burn the Boats.
Mm-hmm.
Toss Plan B overboard and unleash your full potential.
Okay.
And that's the book I started.
What's it about?
No plan B. Put everything into plan A. And don't have any escape, so that way you can put all your eggs in one basket and go for that dream with, not thinking about, I got other options. No, this is your only option. It's your dream. Go for it.
Huh. Okay.
Got 5 hours left.
What you mean you got 5 hours left?
On the book.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Okay.
And I want to be mature. I want to grow. I want my age to match my maturity. So I'll work on that stuff now. I just bought 4 or 5 books like 2 weeks ago. Just started a new book today so I can be relevant in my old age and not talk about what happened 60 years ago, 50 years ago. So that's something I discipline myself to do every day. Listen to a book or listen to motivational speakers, podcasts, anything that's really going to help me to grow and develop.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, so the end in mind. So when I'm 80, 90, my mental is sharp, my intellect sharp, and I can keep up with everybody. Yeah. It says, have I ever lost motivation before? How did I respond? 100%. 100% lose motivation. I don't want to do a lot of things. I think my natural state is just to do nothing, but I can't get anything done. But my dreams are too big for me to do nothing. So I have to keep moving.
Okay.
How do I respond? I usually just take a knee, drink water. Like if it comes overwhelming, I usually just stop what I'm doing. I might take a full day off and just get back in the fight and go after everything that I want. So yeah, that's usually how I respond to it. What's the biggest lie people believe about motivation? I think it's the fact that you need motivation to get stuff done.
That's a lie?
That's a lie. Tell that to that mom who's taking a single parent that's taking care of her kids. There's no way she's feeling motivated every day, but she's gonna get up every day, go to work, and take care of all her responsibilities. And she's not gonna be super motivated. Oh, I can't wait to go home off working an 8-hour shift to come home, cook dinner, do homework, and clean. Like, no single parent or a parent in general is going to be motivated every single day to take care of their responsibilities, but they know it's part of survival. It's something that we have to do to keep moving forward. So yeah.
How did they? You said it's part of survival.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, if you don't feed your babies, they're not gonna make it. If you don't go to work, you're not gonna make it.
I don't know. There's plenty of people I see out here panhandling every day, and they make it.
Yeah, and they lack discipline. That's why they're there.
Do they?
100%.
I see them there every day. It seems like they have shifts. They come in first thing in the morning and they leave at certain times in the afternoon. And then the new person comes in and hits the corner. And then they're there for a shift. So I do think there's a certain level of discipline that they have. Maybe it's not what it looks like or what your discipline looks like. But there's a certain level of discipline, right? Because I'm more than sure that they don't want to get out there and panhandle. They don't want to get out there and hold the sign saying that they need help and they don't have no money. I want to say that that's something that they really don't want to do, right? Is stand on the corner, right, and panhandle for money. There's a high level of discipline in that because they know that since they have nothing else going on, they got to make this work. So I think they motivated by the fact that they hungry and they don't have nowhere to stay and they don't have no money to be out there. I mean, I don't know, if I was hungry and I didn't have no way to eat, I'd be motivated to go figure out where I'm gonna get my next meal. Now, the discipline for me would need to come in with, as long as I don't have a job, I need to keep doing this. So I don't see them as not having discipline. I definitely see that they have discipline. And they're out there it's not about their ego. Because if it was about their ego, I'm more than certain that they wouldn't be out there. So, yeah.
Yeah. I guess they do have a little bit of discipline, but not enough for them to not be on a corner begging for money. What habits keep me going when motivation fades? My motivation fades instantly. So I'm just getting back to my daily habits, staying to the grind. I'm just not a big believer in motivation keeping you going. So mine fades instantly and I'm just running on discipline. That's what's going to really matter. How does my environment affect my motivation? I like that question. I got a really nice house. My house keeps me motivated. I'm like, this is a really nice house.
You just said that's kind of contradictive. Fix it. Because that's contradictory. Fix that.
It says my environment affects my motivation.
Yeah, but you said that motivation ain't real. So
it's
fix
not.
that.
It's not real.
Fix
It's not sustainable.
Okay, fix it. But you said your house motivates you.
It motivates you for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. It comes and goes. But you can control your discipline. You can't control your motivation.
Okay. How can you control your discipline?
What I do is think about the end in mind. Okay, I want to be healthy. So if me not being consistent, not disciplining myself, I'm not going to be able to reach that goal.
So what about the people that don't think like you?
Then they would have to figure out what's for them to stay disciplined. Whatever.
Talk about it. What's that look like?
It's different for every individual, whatever they choose. But for me, I just think about the end in mind. If I want to be healthy, I'm thinking about, am I drinking enough water? Am I eating only during my intermittent fasting hours? Like, you gotta find out what works for you. It's not the same for everybody, but
Oh, so
I
you
don't
got
want
a
to get.
plan.
You gotta, yeah, whoever you
I
know.
see.
If you
So there's a
wanna,
plan and some goals in mind, is what you're saying.
yeah.
Oh, okay. And how do those relate to the 8 dimensions of wellness that we've been talking about for the last 2 episodes?
How does discipline relate to it?
To the 8 dimensions of wellness. How do you connect that, right? Because there's 8 of them. What we talked about: occupationally, socially, environmentally, emotionally, physically.
Yeah, all those.
What?
It relates 100% to those
How? Break it down.
because if you don't have the discipline financially, then you won't have wellness in that area because you're not disciplined to save, you're not disciplined to invest, you're not disciplined to not overspend, and it's going to be lacking in there.
So what's gonna motivate me to get disciplined though?
If a experience is painful enough, hopefully it'll make somebody change. Me growing up in poverty, it was painful. I didn't like that idea. I hate the idea of poverty. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful financially, no matter how painful it is. Because I'm thinking about it on the back end. I want my life. I want to be able to take trips to Bora Bora for a year and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Bora Bora sounds nice by itself. Yeah.
And then spiritually, if you're not doing the things, not disciplining yourself to pray, meditate, or whatever it is that you do for your mental, if you're not reading books on how to get better, disciplining yourself to do that, you're going to lack in each area you're not disciplined in for health physically.
Yeah, we talked about some of those warning signs last time. We did.
So you need to be disciplined in every area, or it's going to be lacking. You find a motive to get started for that first day. Good job. You're motivated for that first day. And then everything else you're running on discipline because that's your goal. You're going after your goal.
Okay.
And then you just building those habits. And I've been telling myself, instead of 1% better, I want to get 2% better every day.
How do you do that?
My habits. So this morning or this week, I tried it a couple times where I don't touch my phone when I first wake up. This morning, I challenged myself to not touch my phone. What I did first, I prayed and then I did a confession. And then I said,
You're Catholic?
No, I'm a Christian, but that doesn't mean anything. I believe in Jesus Christ. So I woke up
because
this
you
morning.
mentioned that you prayed and went into confession. So I thought that was Catholicism.
Gotcha.
Going into Catholicism. That's what.
More like a declaration. And I told myself everything that I'm better at, and today I'm going to get better at everything that I do. I told myself I was going to be better at staying consistent with my workouts. I only missed 2 days. I committed to growth, so I probably finished more books this year than any other year.
So as it relates, growth implies action.
100%.
Right. So what actions, I think it's important to explain that growth takes action.
100%.
It's not more, it's more than just reading a book. It's about reading it and applying it. Anybody can read a book if they just read the words. But if they're not reading it to apply it,
Then I don't know what they're reading it.
What changed? Because if I read a book, I want to be able to, if it's a designated self-help book, I'm reading it for a reason. Hopefully, I'd be able to apply, the point would be for me is to apply those things. So it's not so much about reading a book. Anybody that is able to read can read a book. That part doesn't matter at all. What matters is that you apply the information in the book or whatever it is you're reading because then it almost is a bit counterproductive, right? Because what you learning that for if you're not going to use it? It's just going to be sitting there taking up space.
100%.
So
I definitely don't read any book just to read it, just to have more information. I always look for an actionable take that I could do. And one of the ones that I just actually used this week and it worked. The one was conversation generosity. That's one of the ones I learned. And the other one was be the first to introduce yourself. That shows you're a leader. So I went up to a guy when I was volunteering with Junior Achievement. I said, I didn't get your name. He said, oh, I'm Michael. Shook his hand, was talking to him, and the thought came to my head, conversation generosity. So what I did was I just let him talk. I asked him questions about his profession, and he said way more words than me. And throughout that whole volunteer opportunity, what I did was just listen to people and let them have the floor. And that was the book is called The Magic of Thinking Big. And then
why'd you read that?
someone recommended it, and he's a very successful guy. I actually met him because I was buying another book called The Psychology of Money. He came up to me, we started talking. He said he owned a couple of businesses. And that's how the conversation actually started. We ended up having coffee. Very successful guy, owns a bunch of businesses. And then if he recommended he's already successful, then I know that, I'm going to listen to whatever he says, because he's done it.
But success is, what's the word I'm looking for? God dang it. What is the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word, but everyone's success doesn't look the same. Success, and it means something different to everyone. Granted, we understand that the base meaning of success, but what looks like success for you might not look like success for me, and vice versa. So
yeah, I agree. Some people are just happy with having their relationships intact. They're happy with just that. I have my family. When people have their family, they say I'm rich, and they're happy with that, and they consider that success, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. For me, I need every area of my life to be successful, all the 8 to be successful. Relationships, my health, where I'm at, my mentality, how am I doing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all those things matter to me. And if one is off, then it needs some more love and attention. So yeah, success is different to everybody for sure. Yeah. Who influences my mindset the most? I would say nobody influenced me the most. And I don't know where I got this mentality of just getting 1% better. I'm not sure where that came from. I just feel like the better I am, the better my life will be. The better I can think. It's like if you knew better, you'd do better. And I guess we kind of relate back to finance. If I knew a better way of finances, I would have done it when I was a dishwasher, when I was 16 years old. I was only taught to save, and I did that. And that was what I knew at that time. But now that I know more, I want to do more. I've seen more, and I know that better is possible. So that's I guess that kind of influences how I think. I just feel like if I can become better, me as a person, then my life will kind of catch up with where I'm thinking.
okay.
Yeah. Because like you thought, what's that quote say? Whatever you think about grows. Right. So if I'm constantly thinking about getting better, those opportunities to get better will come to me, and I'll be able to identify like, okay, I was lifting this much, now I need to lift a little heavier. I need to work out longer. Dieting, I need to get more sleep. Like those opportunities will come for me to get better in every way. I used to have a quote on my desk that said, day by day, in every way, I'm getting better and better.
That's a good one. Who wrote that?
I'm not sure. It wasn't from me though. But
okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just not so much the outwardly, but inwardly. Like, how can I get better with the way that I think? Because if I know better, I will do better. Am I waiting to feel ready or am I moving anyway?
Are you?
I think sometimes I wait
What you
until I
waiting
feel like
for?
I'm ready.
What you waiting for?
I don't always jump too fast into stuff. Not all the time.
Okay. So what you
Yeah,
waiting for?
I don't know. I'll be waiting for the right connections, the right opportunity, the right time, and that stuff never happens. The right time is always right now. There was a guy asked me, he's like, when is it a good time to invest? I was like, at every time. Bull markets, bear markets is always time to get in. But yeah, I kind of felt guilty about that one.
Why?
Because I don't always start right away. Like I'll try to wait till the stars align sometimes, but I know that I can't do that.
Oh,
I
so
should
there's a
just
process.
start now.
There's a process, is what you're saying. You wait till the stars align. So if there's a process and waiting for the stars align, how often does that happen?
Never.
Okay, so
It's
what?
It's never the right.
So,
It's always the right time to start.
okay.
To start becoming a better you. You don't have to wait for 2027. Like today is the day to start. Yeah, but I kind of feel guilty about it because I kind of wait. I feel like I wait. How do I stay consistent when I'm not seeing results yet? This can be tough. It goes back to just thinking about the end in mind. It's like, am I doing this for the results or I love the process? It's really the process that's giving you that thrill, that dopamine hit, like I'm working towards something, and then the results come. Okay, now it's just back to the grind again. So I will try to just stay in love with the process.
How? If you don't like the process, how you gonna love it?
Think about the end. When I see old people in the gym, and some of them, I talk to some of them, they stay in there for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think about them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if I can just keep my discipline now, I'm gonna be that same old person in the gym for 2 hours. I don't even spend 2 hours in the gym. I told one guy, I was like, you're the hardest working dude in this gym, and he just laughed about it. But he gets up, he disciplines himself to get in there because he know how important it is to be healthy. Well, you know how important it is to have your emotions intact and to grow as an individual. You want to just think about compounding. If I'm just reading a chapter a day, like that's 365 chapters, and just think about the compounding effect that's going to have way down the road.
If you're applying it. But if you're just reading just to read, just to say I read it. Oh, I read that. How does that benefit your wellness?
Well, I don't read just to read. I'll read to
But we're
find
not
me
just
an
talking about
actionable
you.
action. Well,
We're talking about the people out there.
yeah, well, I hope y'all understand to not just read the book, just to read it, because like she was saying, if you're not applying it, if you're not reading to apply, then what's the point of reading it? And everything isn't an actionable action. Some of it is just exposure. Like, okay, I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't know I'd do that. I didn't, because I've read books before. I'm like, I know that, but I didn't know I knew that. And then it'll just help you open up new ideas and just for you to think bigger, even if it's not an actionable action. It's really just exposure to it. It's a lot of things you can get from reading other than just finding more stuff to do. You know, just little adjustment here and here to make sure you're on track. When I'm reading a book, I always look in the mirror. I'm like, am I doing this stuff? And sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I can think better when it comes to this. Just the mentality is everything.
Okay.
What separates people who stay consistent from those who quit? I think just people don't not having the end in mind. Because if you know what the end goal is, your end game, you're going to keep working until you get there. That's what I may think. And also might be like a lack of resiliency or belief. A lot of things go back to belief. If you believe you can get it done, you're not going to quit because you believe it's going to happen for you. So I think it could be a lot of things. Belief, or someone just might not be passionate about it. You're not passionate about enough to press through when you don't see results.
Okay.
So it could be that too. It could be a lot of things.
So we're talking about motivation and discipline. And the difference. What's the difference between motivation and discipline?
Motivation is fleeting. You're not gonna always feel like doing stuff. Discipline is gonna sustain you.
How? What? I don't understand. What do you mean discipline is gonna sustain? Discipline don't get me paid. I don't understand.
Discipline definitely gets you paid. Let's just say someone wants to save 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's your goal. You think about that goal when you're being disciplined. Every single month, you're like, I'm gonna put this money aside. This is going towards my goal.
How do we build that though? How do we build discipline?
Through habits. Get into a new habit. Get into the habit of going to the gym. Get into the habit of eating better. Those little tiny habits add up over time.
Okay.
A habit of educating yourself, a habit of, getting out network and being part of the community. Those habits add up over time. Those dollars add up over time. You investing in your mental health, those little habits, that stuff adds up over time. Yeah, so that's where we'll start at. Just some habits.
Okay.
Yeah. How do I rebuild after failure or disappointment?
That's a good question. How?
That is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rebuild? Get better.
I want to interject because I want to say that there's a level of accountability that needs to happen. In order for anything to get better, you need to acknowledge where you are now, where you came from, so that you know where you want to go. And I hear you when you say you stay focused on the big picture. However, if where you came from hasn't been addressed, the big picture is just going to be there. You're just going to be something to look at. Because if none of that stuff has been addressed, patterns are going to be repeated. They're going to be repeated. Period. And if there's no accountability as to, damn, I do have these patterns. Let me address these patterns with myself so that I can build my discipline to move forward. Without accountability, it's going to be hard to do much of anything. Oh, excuse me. Accountability is huge.
100%.
So, speak to that. Accountability and discipline and motivation and moving forward.
I'm always moving forward.
I know, but we talking about accountability because we want to move forward with accountability, not just move forward.
Yeah, well, I always hold myself accountable, and I'm always willing to change and grow and take criticism, because that's just part of me getting better. That's how I get better, from people being honest with me. And
how do you receive that though, and how does it affect your motivation and discipline?
How does it affect my discipline, motivation?
Yeah, receiving constructive feedback that you don't like. Or like.
I don't think for me it's to be liked or disliked. I feel like at the end of the day, it's an advantage for me if someone's honest with me about my performance. Because to me, it comes back to performance. I didn't get a lot of that in the military where people would tell me or give me an evaluation like, hey, this is where you can get better. No, unfortunately, I didn't. But
Wait,
so I was doing something on LinkedIn.
wait. You said you were in the military.
Yeah.
Maybe I confused what you said. You were in the military, and they didn't give you constructive feedback.
No, I was supposed to get a quarterly counseling as an NCO, and I never got one. Never. I never got one.
Oh, I could see that, how that's a systemic problem all day. Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
So just an example of taking feedback and getting better. I was reaching out to multiple people on LinkedIn, and one of them was like, "This is so vague." She was like, "What are you even talking about?" And I took the time and I read it, and I was like, you know what? This could be better, right? And this was just a person that I don't even know. Like, this can be better.
How did you take it when she said it though? Or that person? I don't want to say she. Excuse me.
It was a she. How did I take it?
How did you receive that initially?
I
When she
agreed
was
with
like,
her.
"What do you?"
I can see where she was coming from, and that's where I put myself in her shoes, and I'm like, you know what? I can see where she's coming from, and I also see my view, but at the end of the day, I realized it was some truth based on her perspective, which, she's not wrong to have her own perspective. There's other people that I sent the same message to, and they loved it. Some people loved it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
So, that's why you got to be careful with criticism too. It's like, at the end of the day, you just got to make the decision that you think is best. Right? But I love criticism because that's a way for me to get better. I might not have seen that angle, okay? And I like when my mentality is, or the way my beliefs are challenged. I like that idea. My belief is challenged because I'm not always right. I'm not going to always think the right way. But if someone else could challenge my thinking with truth, I'm open to it. Like, I'm not really set in stone on a certain belief system. So I heard Grant Cardone say, "I don't care about having money in the bank. What's that going to do for me?" And I'm just like, he may have a point. What is money sitting in the bank going to do for anybody?
I don't get it. What do you mean?
If you put money in the bank, it's just sitting there. What is it going to do? But if you take that same money, you put it in stock market or you put it into a business, then that money is working. It's actually doing something.
Oh, that goes back to what you said. I feel like you said it on our first episode, or each dollar is an employee.
Yeah. Dollars in the bank are unemployed. So he was like, why have money in the bank?
I don't know, because my dollars in my money market account, they working. They work. My money in my high yield savings account,
A little bit.
So that's what I mean. I don't understand, because when I look at my accounts, they grow every day. Well, once a month when they add the interest and stuff in, but they're working. So I don't get it.
Okay, I'll break it down for you.
Break it down.
If I had 10 million in the bank, right, just sitting there, let's say your high yield savings account gets you 4%. Inflation at 3%. That $10 million, you made 1%. Congratulations. That $10 million in real estate, you might double that. Or you took that same 10 million and bought a car wash.
You might lose that too.
Or that's the risk some people have to take, right? You don't have to take it, but it's a risk that you take. Like, nobody's going to get anywhere by playing it safe. It's not going to happen.
So you have to take risks, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, shoot, yeah, we risk every day coming out the house because we black.
Yeah, so 10 million in the stock market, that can grow. 10 million, you buy a car wash or a laundromat, that can grow. It's a lot of things you can do with 10 million.
Yeah, the cheapest. Oh, you said 10 million. You're right. I think.
Or any amount really can do other things other than just sitting in the bank. It's a better way to just money sitting in the bank.
In a regular savings account or a regular checking account.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That was a good question. How do I rebuild after failure? Think about it. What roles does my faith or belief play in my motivation? Um, my faith is everything, really. That's why I keep moving forward. Because I believe God wants what's best for me, and I go after it, and that's my mentality, and I'll die on that hill.
Okay. All right. I'm a believer of that too. God wants the best.
Period.
Yeah, like he wants the best for everything, everyone that's
100%.
been created. So I am a huge believer of that one for sure.
Yeah. And some people believe, oh, this is prosperity gospel. It's like, what do you want to happen? You want people to preach poverty? Poverty is ungodly. That's not God's plan for nobody to be in poverty. So I'm going after everything, prosperity.
So I want to say that a lot of what was discussed with discipline and motivation, I feel like I want to help people. Well, that's why we're here, right? Because not everybody is going to have discipline or motivation, right? It just is. Everybody's not going to be motivated to get up and make things better for themselves. Like, they're not. Why? Because they may feel like they lack the tools, the support, the energy, the motivation, or the discipline. So with that said, I think we should do some form of challenge.
Oh yeah, you want to talk them through it?
I think we should do some form of challenge to get people engaged, right? Help people understand that motivation, as he said, is fleeting, but we can sustain it by having accountability, right? So that we can build up our discipline muscle. Let me see, because you got a lot of them. Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold it. Bow. You see? Wait. You can't see it right. Do it right. Do it again. Bow.
Yeah.
There you go. Bow. Definitely. You see that?
That's
right?
discipline.
So we want to build on that. So I want to introduce to you the Get Right Challenge, right? I would like for all of us to be engaged, right, in building the motivation and discipline muscles. So for the next, let's say 6 months, not even a whole year. What's this? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, right? For the next 6 months, I feel like we could do a wellness reset, right? Working on getting each area of wellness in our lives, whole person, getting us back on track, doing a full reset. We pay attention to the things that's not working for us. We pay attention to the things that is working for us. We get real honest about our efforts. We get real honest about our drive and our attention, right? So that Get Right Challenge, we're going to do it. We're going to drop that worksheet in the description for you. And join us. Please do. Because I want to hear all about those areas of life that you're being honest with yourself about, the accountability and the hand-holding that you feel you may need, and the motivation and discipline, right? As we're doing this with you and moving forward. What you say? You think this is a good idea? I think it's a good idea. You think it's a good idea?
100%.
I think it's a great idea. So, with that being said, let's do it. Okay, right, reset. Okay? So, just asking you this question, I just want you to reflect. What is one small habit, because you talked about with motivation and discipline, you didn't specifically say, but with everything you said, habits. You said habits, but we want to kind of look at what one small habit that I can improve my life by doing. How? What is one small habit that it can improve your life if you practiced it consistently? Him, the gym. Me, eating. I'll get it. But him, the gym, right? Being consistent, consistently showing up, consistently being loyal to yourself so that we can be consistently well. I'm going to read that reflection question again because I butchered it a bit. What is one small habit that could improve your life if you practiced it consistently? Think about it. Respond to us in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Okay? 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 Okay, good. Well, did you have anything else? Because you said a lot today. It was really good information about motivation and discipline.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's what Nike said. Just do it. And with that being said, guys, this is the Black Wellness Exchange. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Simone, and this is
Ryan.
And until next time, be well.
Peace.
Oh, I turned it off. That's probably